This video is about how I study poker. What do I study? How do I put structure in my studies? How often do I study? But before getting into that, I want to start with a question. How do you study poker? The usual answers I'm getting are like, I review hand histories. I do some PIO work with solvers. I talk about hands with friends. I am part of Team Poker Code. I'm watching videos on YouTube. All of that is correct. It's all fine to do that and great. It is studying poker. But what I always miss is the structure in it. So I want to help you with that. And to think about that, I want to go back one step first. I see poker as a multidiscipline sports. Lots of things we need to be good at, as well as some concepts that help us in each of those spots. So let's make use of that and think about how do professional athletes actually train. They are doing everything but just going there and play. Well, maybe that's a part on the end. One part is definitely video reviewing. One part is talking about what they do. But they train very, very special elements. Let's go back to our footballer. He has like dribbling drills he works on. He has running tasks. He has like certain passes he is working on. Why aren't we exactly doing that in poker though? Let's use the framework that I talked about in the videos before. The 3 questions we were talking about. Each of those show you that there's room for improvement. Let's just start right away with question number 1. What would be right? If we want to improve figuring that out, what could we do? There are actually more options than I could mention here, how we can work on that. We can talk about hand histories. We can just think about a certain spot. We can take a pen and a paper and write down our thoughts. We can run something in a solver like PIO solver. We can talk to friends or in the community about a certain spot to get better. All that has the goal to get better at question number 1. What would be right? Let's get to question number 2. How can we improve our skills at finding out what villain is doing wrong? We can do a database analysis, just looking at hands we played against specific opponents. We can analyze players. We can do a mass data analysis about population tendencies. But we can do easy stuff like talking to friends and the community as well, especially with people that play the same games. We could do something like having a note-taking system to improve how we access information when we are playing again. Everything we learn and everything we write down can be a message to our future self with the intention of helping us in the next tough spot. And there are many, many more ways of working in that area as well. And last but not least, question number 3. What is the right exploit? When working on that, we can often combine it with question number 2. What is villain doing wrong? We want to exploit it. Some stuff to work specifically on this would be doing some node locking in the solver. Let's see if villain plays that way. How can I adjust the best? But easier stuff like talking to people, just using your brain, what does make sense, can be totally fine as well. I hope those lists open already some doors for you and are some ideas that you can implement to work on more stuff yourself. And now I just want to explain how I actually study these days. So I have two different ways of studying. One is a constant review of what I'm doing, which just means, well, I'm looking through major stuff, trying to spot stuff that is not in depth, but is just necessary. Like a sports team that reviews the major issues of the last match. And I always want to have one specific topic where I'm working on two things. One, the baseline. I want to understand question number 1, and as well potential exploits, which comes back to leaks that the population I'm playing against is having. So question number 2 and 3. The main takeaway of that lesson should actually be that there are so many options how we can improve in poker. I just want to raise some awareness that you know what you're doing. If you can tell me what you are working on right now, you're always doing something good. So now choose one of your favorite ways to get better at poker and enjoy it.